still quite full.
So it's going to be a fair bit of carrying it.
I think down around there somewhere is the livestock yards. Be overgrown. They're all hidden. Why the hell are we in the car today? I know I said there wouldn't be a ram sale video this year, but we're going to look at some rams. Part of our grand scheme for Erinvale is 1, renovate the pastures, 2, get some weight into our wool quality. We have not got the weight in our wool. That's the reason why we haven't been producing as good weights on the scales that you've seen in the previous video. So we are going to try and resolve that by going and getting some different rams. There's still Merinos. We're still going to have the Merino content for those who come to me for the Merino content. We are going to try and fix our wool quality problem as well as fixing the pastures next year. So I have no idea if I'm going to be allowed to film or not, but either way, if I am, then we're going to be going to this farm to look at some rams. That's what we're doing. There's going to be private selections. I'm not sure how many rams are waiting for us. If we're allowed to film there, then we'll go through the whole process explaining what we're looking for in terms of a ram. If not, then we'll basically have a jump cut with a bunch of rams on the back of the trailer, or not, who knows, at the end of the day when we're heading back to Erinvale. Righto, so you joined us in the oat paddock in the afternoon. I didn't get to film the rams, not yet. We have got them in the yards though, so we'll go take you down to the yards real quick to have a look at them. But first of all, crop watch. I'm just going for a little bit of a drive through here just to show you what it's looking like. It's starting to get up tall now. You can see it's up to about the Kubota's fender or the oats that's actually in here anyway. As I say, the ryegrass is taking over, which could be a little bit of a problem, but hey, it's an oat crop, it's a hay crop, I mean, so what can you really do? Meanwhile, over the other side, that's doing quite well. Again, because it's planted so late, we're not expecting high yields. We just need something that's actually going to yield some hay bales to keep the sheep fed, because that's the goal at the end of the day. So the fertilizer mix that you saw us make in the last video, that actually helped the oats grow a lot better. It's up much taller now, or what oats there is in here. It's all looking good now, but today is not necessarily about the oats or the cropping side of things. Today is about the rams. Speaking of rams, we've got our 4 new boys over there, and we've got all 12 of our gentlemen here. Now, most of these rams need no introduction. The blue tags, you can see, the ones with the blue tags in their ear, those are Rob and Barney. They're the newcomers from last year. The big fella is Murray. He's number 7. The big fat sale tag is on the side. We've named a couple of the others as well. I do apologise, boys, if I've forgotten your names. But essentially, all of these are what you call MPMs, or multi-purpose Merinos, which means they can be divided into their frames, which is like Murray, the big chap in the middle there. You can see behind, he's what we call a frame ram, whereas Rob and Barney, which are poking their heads up with the blue tags, they'd be considered wolves. The job of the rams is to, well, be the blokes. They hang out in their ram paddock for most of the year, and then when it comes to the end of the year, we basically sort them into their breeding groups, and likewise with the ewes, we send them out the paddock to join the ewes, and they basically do the deed, procreate to create our lambs. 4 rams were picked out for us that we went to see today. 2 were for our farm, and 2 were for Jimbo, who a couple of years ago in the Nelly Creek series, he carted our grain for us. Well, he's based down south at the moment, and he's getting into sheep, and he's going to be buying some of our older ewes, and those older ewes will require some rams to go with them. So we picked out 2 for us, 2 for Jimbo, and if Jimbo and his mate don't want them, then they can stay here. These are the boys. We got John, Paul, Ringo, and Dave. Those aren't actually their names, but there is 4 of them. We got 4 and we brought them back home today.
Bloody good wool still.
Yeah.
No, he's still alright, that one. Yellow, lot 9.
The mongrel, and then we got Rob and Barney. Oh, I'll just double check.
Barney.
Yeah, that's Barney. Here's Rob. As I mentioned earlier on, Rob has been working insanely hard. He's done some very good work. The ewes are very pleased with him and got a lot of lambs from him. But as you can see, he is still a little bit lean. We're going to try and do something about that so we can fatten him up, ready to go back to work in January. And then, as I say, this fine specimen right here, this is Murray. He's named after Dad. Again, Murray's done his time. He's been pretty good. Still holding up quite well, although you can start to see some wrinkles.
This one?
I think that's 20.
Lot 20. Yeah.
Lot 20, yep.
Aye!
Yeah, 20's not a fan of Bindi. This bloke, we've lost his sale tag, I think.
No, some of them didn't have. Some were private selections.
Well, some are private selections. I don't think this poor bloke ever had a name. I never gave him one. And then we got lot 6 here, who's got assist. And then, well, we got these 4 at the back here, which are still waiting their turn. Now, multi-purpose Merinos are typically in 2 kinds of shape. You've got Murray over here, which is a classic example of a frame ram, but he's also got good wool, so we could use him as both if we really wanted to. Although last year Murray was used as a frame, and we'll probably use him again as a frame. And then you get Rob and Barney over here. Barney and Rob, they're both technically what you call wool rams. We bought them last year. They've only had 1 turn, and this year they'll be having their 2nd turn go around. They've been pretty good. As I say, Rob's been working very hard. We're going to try and help him bulk up muscle again. You're good, aren't you, mate? But the very important factor when considering all of these rams and why we bought them is, well, we want wool that's good cutting and also has the weight. So what we're doing at the moment is Dad's going to give them the Calm Ya Bastard drench. Mineral drench. Basically so that the newcomers and our current existing fleet of rams will go nicely together, because rams are the most stubborn sheep in the world, especially Merinos. And it also gives us a chance to look at our current rams to see if any need to go and any need to stay. Here's Mr. 96, so that's Riggy Didge Jr. He's already been, I think he's marked as a cull. And lastly, this is the ram we wanted to get in, but he busted the gate open anyway. Yeah, this is the one he culled because of his feet. Yep. Anyone who's watched Tara's videos would know that feet are very important to sheep, and it's much the same for us as well. I just haven't shown up until this point. The sheep need good feet so that they're less maintenance at shearing time, because if they've overgrown toes, it makes it uncomfortable for them to walk.
The constitution's a problem. When they go over on the front feet, over there on the front pasterns, you can't really see it there, but when it's on hard ground, those front feet go right over, and then it makes this dip in the shoulder.
Dip in the shoulder.
There's lot 5. Far out, he's gone. Unfortunately, these expensive ones.
That was the one we named Peter, wasn't it?
Probably, but you got that in your hand, and if you have a look at him, 1, his shoulders are going, 2, the wool's gone yellow, and yeah, it's deep crimp, but that's gone all funny.
Yeah.
But it's got that yellowness there. And you run your finger on the skin surface. I know some people say, oh, that's good wool cutting, but it's as wrinkly, and that traps the water, causes fleece rot, and then the flies get in.
And that's something we've noticed with the lambs that we shore in with the maiden mob. As much as I hate to see this one go, we can't exactly have this problem continue in our lambs. Meanwhile, as for 96 or Reggie Deeds Jr., he's still looking alright from where I can see it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. He's picking up, but he's not as bad as that one and one out there. Or this one. So on this one's 20.
Yeah. 20's always had an attitude.
You can feel the skin on that one. You can feel the wrinkle and how thick the actual skin's gone.
Yep.
If you pinch it, it's really thick. Yeah, this one's...
23's still looking nice and bright.
Yeah, it's bright. He's nice and bright. He's got a little bit of wrinkle there. Do you reckon he feels soft?
On this side he does.
What's the one I marked out? This one. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That one's definitely it.
So we've culled 4 of our old boys, which sadly have to go, but that's just the way things are. The rest that aren't marked will stay. Those boys, they're the newbies with the wool on them over there, so we'll give them a shear and induct them into ram culture around here. And yeah, so I know a lot of people will probably go on about this in the comment section of this video. I know I said we weren't getting any rams. There would be no ram sale video. Well, we got rams mostly because our wool cuts is not great. They're cutting long, fine wool, and they're heavy cutters, of course. There's just no weight in them. We're getting good length. We're getting a good length. There's just no weight in the cut. And that's what the new rams are here to try and solve in the flock. So there we go. There's the boys going back out. I'll probably need to open some gates for them.
Yeah, one gate's got to be open.
Alrighty, so we're all done with the rams now. We're taking a quick photo. I think they're going to sniff each other's butts, do whatever rams do. Our boys will take the newcomers out to the paddock again and they'll start grazing. And yeah, that's basically where we're going to be at with the rams for the moment. Next job tomorrow will be getting the next mob of ewes and lambs in, and the cycle of lamb shearing will be repeated. Alright, Chesty has been locked and loaded. I got both my hands free, so come on, Shape. I didn't think the forecast was going to say rain today. Come on, girls. Righto, good morning everybody and welcome to Monday. We're back here again in the shearing shed with the flickering UFO spotlights. I'm going to attempt to do some tweaking to the camera to try and make it work on the same frequency as these. But welcome to lamb shearing. This is our wool mob. These are the lambs that are offspring of the wool ewes. And we've got a surprise. 4 surprises actually. They're in the pens here as well. That will just go take a look. Okay, so flashback to when we were doing our lamb marking and we were doing the wool mob ewes and lambs. We brought the lambs through the tailing cradle and I just took one look at tag 109 and I said to Dad, look, he could be a ram yet. I didn't want to put rubber rings on him because he looked too good to pass up. And I suspected at the time that he was the son of our largest ram, Murray. We spared his balls, and Dad called him Noah's Choice because I was the one that picked him out. Now, naturally, when you go and pick out a ram lamb, you normally want to look at your wool quality and what the feet's looking like and their overall size. Well, his feet were looking good, his size was good, and we may have gotten carried away in the other mob as well and picked out a couple more, which again, we'll go take a look at in a bit. Now, the reason why we kept as a surprise from you guys is because, well, when you pick out ram lambs, it's a mixed bag. Generally, you don't necessarily know what you're doing, and if you spare its balls thinking, oh yeah, all right, it looks good, but then you go and look at it at shearing and it doesn't turn out good, then unfortunately that ram lamb becomes a weather lamb like all of its brothers. And so because we went and looked at Noah's Choice yesterday when we brought all of his other lamb mates and the ewes into the sheep yards, we thought, right, bugger it, we'll bring the other mob in as well. We needed to check the other ewe mob to see what was going on with them. We had a couple of fly-blown ewes as well we need to go and take care of at the paddock. And we decided, right, well, Noah's Choice is in good nick. Let's go see the other ram lambs. And we brought the other 3 home last night. So Noah's Choice is in there, and I think the other 3 that we're yet to name properly are in that pen somewhere. We're going to have them in one pen, so we'll shear them all at once, separate from the ewes and weather lambs, and then we'll send them out to join their dads in the ram paddock. By the looks, can you see the lights? It's all looking good. I think we fixed the auto shutter. Hello, babies. Not yet. One more to go. Alright, come on. In we go. Come on, boys. There we are. Come on. Woohoo. Headstrong today, are we? Alright. There we are, babies. Nah. So these 4 here, these are our ram lambs. We've got, what have we got here? We've got 400, we've got 409, which for some strange reason has a little bit of cut skin. We'll sort that out in a bit. And then we got 109, which I'm pretty sure is going to become the favourite. But there we go. We got our 4 boys. These 4 will be shorn, re-evaluated, and then taken out the paddock to join their dads and do ram stuff. Won't that be fun? Righto, so it's lunchtime now. We still got the chest cam on. Here you can see we've got Noah's Choice, and the other 3 ram lambs we're yet to name. We'll probably get the channel members to do a vote or something. But anyway, here's our boys. Here's the weathers and the girls over there. And the noisy mob you can hear outside. Everybody else, who are all just out here chilling. As for the wool bales are over here. We've got 5 of them marked so far. Again, as I mentioned in a video earlier this year, link to that in the top right hand corner of the screen, the numbers of the bales are actually for the wool selling season. We haven't sold any yet this year, for the wool selling season I mean, so currently these are the first 5, and the one in the press right now is bale number 6.
3 AM lambs, isn't it? LMS.
I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Looks kind of like this for your babies.
Yeah. There's a good side view of the wool baler for you, or the wool press. And this is what the bale looks like when it comes out of the press. And you can see the inside of the mechanism there. This is where the spikes come out. So it'll be triggered when this part comes down. I'm not sure if you're able to see that from my chest, but yeah, that's an interesting look. Not a lot of people get to see from the wool presses. So the next step for this bale will be, it'll get its markings. So the farm name, Erin Vale, the class stencil. This will be lamb, mainline lamb's wool, so probably 3AM LMS or something. The LMS stands for the lambs. I don't know where the stencil is at the moment, but currently it's unmarked, but soon it will get its markings, and it needs its markings so we can send it off to Rob to be sold, because if it doesn't, then the bale technically is illegal. And this is where the farming simulator wool bales are completely incorrect. But as I say, giants are Austrian, so they probably don't really care about that type of thing much. Hello and welcome to Tuesday. You're on the chest cam, guys. Over here we've got our 4 ram lambs. They've been in the shed for more than 24 hours, so the first thing on the agenda today is to shear these boys over here. We'll just get you to have a good look at them. Hello, boys. The first thing on the agenda today is to get these boys shorn and get them back out onto some feed. Just really quick, Dad, before we get into the shearing, why did you let me spare these boys from the rubber rings? Just give our viewers a bit of context first.
Well, working at a Merino starter, and yeah, what we were castrating lambs that were looking better than what we were leaving for rams at the stud. And yeah, I thought, oh well, we'll keep a couple just to see what they look like. I used to do that all the time, and you know, we've been buying top price rams here for a while, so you know, they should be good genetics anyway.
And it all started with 109, which Dad named Noah's Choice. For the record, I was in Tara's live stream this morning. I did not name Noah's Choice myself. Dad named him Noah's Choice before he even left the marking cradle, because it was one of the bigger lambs in the mob, and in the wool mob, which is the rest of these lambs over here. We are assuming that 109 Noah's Choice is the prodigy of our largest ram, Murray, which Dad actually did name after himself because he followed Murray's journey from a lamb at the Merino stud he worked at. So yeah, it started with Noah's Choice, and then when we got into the frame mob, which is where our wool rams Rob and Barney went, that's the other 3 boys over there. We're assuming they're of the prodigy of 16 and 26. This one 387 or Trouble or Rebel or I suppose Palace. There goes the last of our ramlands. Come on, boys. No, not into the cattle crush.
I want them to stay on that fence line, but... Come on. Come on, boys.
You'll learn in due course. There you are, through the gate, and the other gate. Round the corner now.
The only trouble is that other gate we did weak. Right earlier. Probably right.